Oh boy, good morning, Rolanda, good morning. I ain't seen you like forever. Where have you been all my life? Where have you been? Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna let this play, you guys, for a minute. Welcome to the chat. It's Wednesday, kind of blah outside today. But welcome to the chat as everybody falls in. And if they do fall in, you can let them know that I said welcome to the chat. However, like my title says, I want to get into one of my past videos. And I'm going to keep playing my past videos until everybody kind of see or remember where I started from. Yeah, back down memory lane on some of this stuff here. And you know what? I'm going to hold that thought, but I'll bring it to you guys later. But I'm going to let this one here play just for a minute, then I'll be back. I got my tea and stuff on, so I'm going to jump back. But, no, you know what? I'm going to start the video. Because the video is a little bit long. I want to say about 20, 25 minutes long. If you choose to sit here and listen to the video, that's fine. And if you want to catch it on the replay, then that's fine. Or if you think that you want to come back into the chat after it is done, which is about 20, 25 minutes, and we could talk about it, then we could do that. Then I want to talk about a little bit of the march, a little bit of the shenanigans. And I saw it. And you know me, because this is One Pack Boost and One Pack channel, I'm going to bring it like I see it. Fill in the little loopholes there. I probably don't have no business getting in that shit, but you know what? I was down there. So I'm going to put a little bit of my business in that bullshit, because it's straight bullshit. I was like, we're going to hold that thought too, because if I start now, then I won't go get my goddamn tea out the damn stove. Now, well, so let's do this. I'm going to start this video up, you guys. Listen to it. And all I can say is, if only people would have tuned in and listened to my old videos from day one, before I got those 2 strikes by that boy. And when this video goes off, I want to bring it to one person's attention out there. I do. And I think that, with that being said, after I do that, I think that that person owes me an apology. I do, you guys. I was like, wait a minute. I really do. I gotta write it. Okay. But, hey, good morning. I will be back. Rolanda, people come in. Can you let them know that I will be back? I just want to go and heat my tea up and grab my bagel, because I'm doing all of this simultaneously, because when I'm done with you guys know the routine. I must put on my shoes and get the hell up out of here to go make money. And if you don't make money, it don't make sense. We all know that, right? So hopefully I can not get any phone calls. I'm trying to hold off on the phone calls. I'm trying to hold off with Teddy barking on all of this stuff. So let me clear this out. I hate all my pop-up windows start popping up. Like, what was the delay? I had the computer on like for 10 minutes, and all of this crap should have been coming up. So, oh, jeez. Let's go back. Let's find you guys back. There we go. Let's go back. Okay. I'm going to get this propped up for you guys. Guys, and also that is new and wasn't here when I first started, this will give you some idea of how I was doing my videos and kind of why. Kind of doing my own little investigation on my own, out here by myself, just doing it on my own. So let's go.
Hello, hello, hello.
I'm gonna set this up here,
I'm
and I'll be back.
Trying to recover from my weekend shenanigans. Yeah.
Oh, and there's
Still
more
feel like I
videos.
haven't got much rest,
Some of
so
them I just
tomorrow
won't.
we'll be sleeping
That.
in. But in the
I'll be back.
meantime, I had to bring y'all something because I have a problem. And y'all know when I come to y'all with I have a problem, I'm gonna need y'all to help me with this problem. So when you click on this video, don't forget to hit the like, the share, and subscribe button. Hey, it is what it is. Let's get it, because it's going to be a quick one. I'm going to be playing you guys a little clip of a video that I do not own. I am just using the audio, so I will not be showing the actual video. Shout out, though, to Dana J for this video. I guess I should do that. That's giving respect. My commentary for tonight, or what I'm about to speak on, it's not to bash anybody. It's not to bring any foul play, any harm. It's just things that, like I say, it's loopholes that behooves me, and just we don't get answers to them. Are they important right now? Probably not. But you know what? It's part of the missing puzzles. Because there's so many puzzles. We got like 5 different puzzles going on. Let's go. So I was on this one, Dana J's commentary, you guys. And I believe it's called, the commentary that he did was Monday Talk. I believe that's it. So you guys are going to have to go and check that one out for yourselves, because I'm not going to play the video on it. I'm just going to try to quote little pieces of 2 things that he says that's bothering me. Really bothers me. Not to the point where I can't function throughout my day, but I'm like, okay, wait a minute here. All of my office paperwork is done, so I got time to do about a 20-minute fuckery with you guys, if you don't mind. But I do have to go home and crash, y'all. I need to go and crash. Okay. On the Monday Talk with Dana J, is the first thing that he did say in his commentary to his viewers. One thing he stated was he saw the documentary. You have to listen very carefully on his Monday Talk commentary, because his audio is very badly broken, but it's there. I'm having problems with my phone today. I believe that it could be the weather. I don't know. It's been raining pretty much all day today, so my phone's been dropping calls and doing all kind of crazy stuff. But hopefully this message will get through, and you guys are not having any interruptions with this. So, okay. On the Monday Talk show, he did say that he saw a documentary. So I had to rewind it. I'm like, you saw the new documentary? And I'm like, what? Rewind it again. Yeah, he said that he saw the documentary. I'm sitting here going, what fucking documentary? Because the one that they're talking about now is the presidency. Well, I don't think anybody saw that, and because it's not quite out yet. So I'm thinking, okay, well, let's just say that he did see that parts of the president's, getting the making of it, right? And I'm saying to myself, so that means in order for you to have seen that, then you're somewhere over there with the Clarys or who's ever producing this presidency. Is it Shabazz? Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Or if I'm right, let me know. So you know what is being put in this documentary. bits and pieces of it, right? I'm speaking third party right now, you guys, like as if Dana is here, sitting in my courtroom, and I am a defense attorney. You know about this, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't understand how all of a sudden you know about this when the beef is so high in the streets amongst each other. And that seems to happen a lot when a person is in a high level of beef with an opponent. Other things come out. It just keeps adding on, and it keeps adding on. It's like information is steady being withheld that can help the R&B. You feel me? Okay. Presidency. He said that he saw it. You guys haven't seen it yet. That's what he said. You guys haven't seen it. Allegedly. That's what he said. Okay. I asked myself again, well, how the fuck did you see it? So, you saw bits and pieces, like I say, so whoever is making it, Shabazz or Angelo Clary production team, or or whatever. So I'm just sitting there saying, so was there anything incriminating in this that should not be in this documentary, Dana J? If you saw it, because the world haven't seen it yet, that didn't sit well with you? Yeah, I'm just asking the questions. Third party. And of course, he pleads the fifth, get no response. Okay, y'all gonna have to help me out on that one, because I don't understand. I'm a little puzzled with that one. How is it that he got to see it, and you saw it with whom, and you still think that it's okay for the making of the presidency to still come out, not get gagged or shut down, or anything? So I'm gonna take it that that presidency, if that is the documentary that he is speaking about, that the people out here have not seen yet, gets his approval stamp. Good to go. I don't know, you guys. I'm just allegedly speaking on it with my opinion. That's it. Let's move on, because he also stated something else, Lord, and I tell y'all everything. I mean, like my hair stood up on my arms, like I was like, oh my God. Okay, what? Let me tell y'all what it was. Because in the Monday Talk, y'all got to go hear the audio. Go pull it up. It's there. He also stated, and I need you guys to listen very carefully. Listen carefully. I promise you guys, allegedly, he did state, well, someone asked a question in one of the viewers. I didn't quite catch it, but I caught the answer. And Dana J replied was, oh, all those tapes, allegedly what the 100 videos, that they just found. Well, Dana J replied, said, oh, there's just music on those videos. Huh? What? It was just the fact that he answered that, because I'm thinking that Dana J answer would have been, ain't no fucking tapes. What is you talking about? There's no more tapes. They already did the searching. That's what I thought his rebuttal was going to be, for defense for the R&B, to let the public know, because he was his mentee and all up in the camp. He knows he knows everything, he knows everybody. But that wasn't his answer. His reply was, oh, that's just all music on the videos. Okay. When you made that reply, I had a problem with that. I don't know if you guys having a problem with that, because right now I had a problem with that, because to me now what you're telling the public allegedly is that there were more tapes. I don't know how y'all take that, but that's how I take it, and I could be wrong, But hey, that's my opinion that I am entitled to because, like I say, I think outside the box a little bit. Little things that we miss. That's what I'm doing. Filling in the goddamn loopholes. You said that there's only just music on those videos. Now I want to know how you know that. Because if you know that, that is clearly what you are implying to the public. That, yep, there were more tapes out there. Instead of saying, I don't know what you're talking about. They done did all those search warrants. Them people ain't found nothing. But sometimes we let stuff slip out, don't we? We just slip out. Sometimes we talk. See, what I am is slow to speak, but quick to listen. I be listening, y'all. That was crazy. I was really shocked by that. Everybody needs a gag order. Every freaking body that was in that circle of the R&B needs a goddamn gag order. I swear they do. Let's go on because now I want to play you guys a piece of this video. It's not going to be long. It's going to be short. And then I'm going to close out for tonight because I'm about to grab me a little nap on my lunch, y'all, before I go home so that I can drive because I am really, 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 really freaking exhausted. But let me get this video started for you guys. So I need you guys to listen very careful because I have just a few things that I want to say after this. Listen. Because at the end of the day, that's still your daughter. But when all of this shit had an affair with Robert Kelly in the past when she introduced him to her daughter, with infidelity rumors swirling on. Okay. It's going to be coming up. And listen. Did you talk to TMZ? They just told me you was good with, and they gonna put y'all in a position to make some money. Talk to them. I'm already talking about it. Okay. On that part, you hear Don Russell talking to Tim Savage, right? I'm just giving my opinion. Allegedly. He's talking to Tim Savage, and to me it sounds like that he was trying to get Tim Savage to talk to TMZ because he had already, as the R&B business manager, sounds like him and the R&B had some business ideas, plans, propositions, everything in place before the R&B got arrested. That's what it sounds like to me. So as he's speaking with Tim Savage, it sounds to me as if he's trying to, you know what? When Tim Savage started all the shenanigans about wanting their daughter back home, it was, and everything went berserk. So he was trying to, talk him out of it. Hey, let's not do this. There's something, there for you. And the R&B and I can continue on with their big business deals that they were doing probably with other people, allegedly. Let's listen. I'm just real, man. No, I understand that. Me and my wife going through the divorce right now. You know, situation I got to go through the divorce now. So, Tim, you married your house. You can fix that shit. Oh, it's over, bro. That shit, I'm married for 20-some years, bro. It's over. You lost the marriage your house. You can fix that shit. It's over. I done already called the folks, my brothers, all them, man. This shit, once I do that, bro, marriages don't get beat out there. You should know this. You're a savage. And once you call brothers and tell them what the fuck going on, it's over, man. That's too much stuff. My brothers know what's going on, what happened, what all this shit, bro. I'm done. I mean, tell Ron he can do what he gonna do. I'll go out and make my million. And, he got a fight for him. I'm not saying you should talk to him. I ain't saying who else should talk to him with you, but you should. Go and talk to that man. I'm going to send you the number, call him, and tell him, listen, man, whatever. You hurt you and shit, they twist this shit. Whatever you got to tell him. Because at the end of the day, that's still your daughter. But when all of this shit, the dust settles, you're going to want a relationship with her, and what you gonna want to be out there. And then, listen, man, I screwed up, but I don't know if you feel that way. You feel like you made a mistake. But whatever happened, I just wanted to, get back close to you. This is coming from a man who lost a child. So if I had it in me right now to go back in time and say 2 words to my baby girl, I would do it. I don't. So say something positive so you can have that at least out there. So when she's like, it's public, listen, man, I'm sorry. No, I did try to make you. I'm talking about when you laying up there and she's standing over you at the end of your days, you want her to know that, goddamn it, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, and I want to fix this. Talk to God about the best way to get that out. And you come, because only you know what's happened. She knows too, which is why y'all are so far apart right now. But something has to be said. If you realize that this thing is falling apart, it's not going the way everybody expected it to go, something has to be said. Because I've got a million fucking fans that when they start doing this shit, like I told you, I promise you I won't put your ass in this. If you're going out there and you say something, you gotta be saying that some of the stuff, not everything. So again, it sounds like Don Russell had some big business already in play, allegedly, and this is my opinion. This is how I'm interpreting this audio. That he's telling Tim, hey, what you guys gonna do? It's going to hurt the R&B to continue on with his business propositions out there along with his business manager, Donna Russell. Yes, he would make money as well if that's what he does with the R&B. So as far as the extortion part from the R&B on behalf of the Don Russell, I don't see it. I just don't see it, you guys. I really don't. I see him saying, you got to do this because Tim Savage, if you don't do this, I'm going to be forced to put all of this other stuff out here on how all of this really began. If that makes sense to you guys, that's my interpretation and it's my opinion. That is how I follow this interview on behalf of Don Russell. Is his hands in it? Yes. Dana J allegedly played it as if Don Russell is the crook and the criminal to the public. If that may be, then we'll have to wait for that to see. But like I said in one of my other videos, I don't see how that is possible because that man came with that paperwork and that man is willing to put all of this stuff out here, meaning that he is not giving a fuck about what happened to him if allegedly he was involved in some crooked type way. I don't see that happening. Y'all let me know down in the comments though. But as time had went on and somehow Dana J had words with Donna Russell and Dana J and was just debunking them like, I need you to shut up. I need you to shut the fuck up. I need you to shut up now. And for some reason, that's part of that missing puzzle, you guys, that is missing. Why is it that Dana J continued to debunk on Donna Russell, and Donna Russell kept apparently saying that he really didn't know him like that? Yeah, he got the normal whatever when all the girl got tied up down there with the Jasmine girl and all of that stuff. But did he really, 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 really know him? That's a puzzling part that, we got to start taking this stuff back down memory lane. Like I say, whether if it's any importance, maybe not, maybe so. But you gotta not let the stuff that started all of this slip away from under you, because this might be all of the stuff that we are going to hear or probably see.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna rain. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Let's wait till that stop ringing, because then just give me a second, you guys. Actually, I think I'm going to stop the video. Stop the video. But if I don't put this phone on silent, my phone like literally rings off the
hook. Y'all sitting back there, everybody's quiet. We don't know what Donald Russell has done with all that paperwork. Let's not forget that, because it's going to get out there. He ain't forgot about it. Seems like the public has forgotten about it, though. But we have to wait and see on that part, right? Like I say, we got to figure out why. Why was everything that he has done, Dana J allegedly wanted to debunk it? What was this argument of really so hard about on Donald Russell involving Dana J? I'm going to figure this shit out, y'all. Let's go. Let's go say something positive. Baby girl, I support you. You're with that man, and that's your choice. We love you. And I hope the best for you. And then go talk to a man over at TMZ or whoever you need to talk to. They're going to put some money in your... It's affecting your family. This whole thing with life was some bullshit. And you know them bitches is lying. You gotta say that shit. When you say that, guess what? It's out there. Right now, all the other stuff is out there. Put that out there so when your daughter can see that she come up to you one day, Dad, why you do that? I was just a book of bad news or whatever. But at least it's out there. Now, notice that was never done. He tried to talk Tim Savage into getting out there because he knew that everyone was lying. But did that work? No, that part didn't work. And y'all thinking that Donald Russell ain't got some gunpowder ready to blow up? I'm just saying, it's got to be all in that paperwork, y'all. Something ain't right. Let's go. There's something on the other side. Cleary's already done that. I have that already for them. And you can go in and verify that shit. It's on you now. You're not being so hard to transpire. I promise you on everything. I'm talking. You ain't talking shit. It's like I'm directing you. I'm not taking it with the rug. I told you, I don't play that shit, man. I don't play none of that. I'm not taking your calls. I told you something for a family courtesy. I'm not doing any of that shit. I don't want this shit to exist. We got big deals. We're working on the outside of this shit, and it's hampering with those deals. I'm not making no money calling you. Ain't no motherfucking body else. That's my man. We got deals going on. That's my man. We got deals going on. And this shit is fucking it up. So I'm talking about that. Did you hear it? So that's the part where I don't understand. He clearly told you guys, that's my man. We have deals going on, propositions out there, contracts going on to continue to make money. But due to all of this with the shenanigans with the girls, with the Tim Savage in the cash thing, and Tim Savage want to divorce his wife, and Tim Savage giving up on his daughter, and for some reason, y'all, throughout that, down the road, I'm gonna find that video where Dana debunked him. So I'm confused. Or did Dana J allegedly just debunked him regarding the tax situation thing? Which I'm still confused. Like, why? So what? He did something with the tax, but the man got the freaking paperwork that's going to bring all of this to the head, and shaking the champagne bottle and popping the top and letting it all just squirt out. Y'all, let's go, because I'm almost at the end of this one here. So that R. Kelly could be on his real business shit, but he can't get on it because he's being bothered with this shit. Because it could get real ugly if this shit comes out. It's gonna get real ugly if this comes out, and it's coming out. Tim, don't let it get worse. Don't let it get worse. Listen, I'm not instructing you. Sit down, pray on it, and pray on it. Pray on that shit, and if you feel like what I'm saying has a value to it, put something out there that says, listen, I'm accepting the fact that this shit could go completely wrong, and I don't want to be the last thing before it go wrong is I'm on one side of the face. That's gonna look fucked up. He didn't pay everything, man. And he never owned it. So now we know this shit show it's got a ways to go. Because it's some more shit that's got to explode out here, y'all. Rob want to get some help. She want to get some help. I did it on the blog last night. They don't need help. They're going the way they live, bro. I see that shit. I was listening to New Year's Eve. Right, bro. They don't need no children, they motherfucker. New Year's Eve, he was with them. They don't need help. They're enjoying themselves. Let's go. So right now, you the angry father is mad because your daughter did this older lady and you're attacking her man. That's how that shit going. And that's how y'all need it. And it's fighting back. Hey, I don't need to get this part, man. She got that shit right. She don't want but she don't need you, but she wants you. No, you won't. She don't. But at this particular point, she does. She needs her father. I don't give a fuck with nobody. That's her man, but she needs her father. But her father's against her right now. That's how she feels. I'm not against her, bro. That's how she feels. No, I ain't done. That's your daughter forever. Tell. That's your daughter. Tell. There you down, she died. So you have to put something out there saying that, listen, I want to get the light, y'all. She needs to hear that. So if that day comes when y'all sit face to face, baby, I'm sorry. You can really say that. And it's not because you're sorry, because the shit fell crumbled on you. Listen, I realized before that shit came out that was wrong. No problem, Andrew. I'm here for you. Yeah, I heard that. Shout out there today. I'm using your audio. Listen, I'm not threatening you, but we have to make sure we protect our interests on this side. Understand that. That's all he was trying to do. That's all he was trying to do was protect the interests of whatever business deals as our R&B business manager had in play, probably with other people. That's what I said. That's my opinion. He loved them girls. I don't get it, but they got it. So I'm respecting their situation without seeing my own fucking eyes. And I'm not trying to put nothing out there as lying. You and your family fucked up, or Clary and his family fucked up. We do have it though. And we got them young girls ready to go public too. Well, we know that didn't happen because one of them went public the other way. You can play this shit back to the very beginning. You only understand. I don't know what happened in the beginning. You know that the girls You know what? I'm gonna do the what if with y'all. I'm gonna do the what if with y'all because then you hold yourself to tell somebody the other side. That's all it is. And that's the only way out. That's the only way out. This was the only way to stop all of that stuff from happening, and he never did it. Allegedly. Now, I'm going to end that because the rest of it is just blah, 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 blah. That was the important part of it. This is what I'm going to say, though, with my what if. Allegedly, you guys. Just what if now? Because, you know, the shit show can take a 360 turn, and we'll all be in goddamn cardiac arrest shock. I kid you not, y'all. Just what if? What if ass end up on the stand allegedly and sell her parents and stuff out, huh? What if, and I probably should be speaking on this, but that's just, that goes my damn brain, y'all, cars. It's going. Just what if this was all set up with R. Kelly and ass, huh? Ever thought about it that way? Huh? She's playing this role or whatever with, you know, go on, do you there. Just what if? I'm just saying. He's out, ass back. They all back together. Great shit. No men allowed.
Thanks for showing up to the chat, you guys. Thanks for showing up to the chat. We're going to go over that video, and you guys kind of give me your opinions of what you think. But right now, Let's give some happy birthday shout outs to Beauty Is Me, y'all. Let's give some birthday shout outs to her. She had a birthday yesterday. Getting old, ain't you, Beauty? Oh, she getting old. She getting old. She getting old. She getting old. Y'all put them birthday shout outs to Beauty Is Me. One of the loyal females that shows up over on the One Papoose channel. I appreciate you, girl. But this song right here goes out to you, Beauty. What the She don't hit the club like a home music. She about to turn up. Girl, you should have had a party for all of us. And it seems like she ready. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, bitch. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Beauty. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Beauty. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Beauty. She got a friend, they kissing each other. They going in, they all on each other. They taking them shots. Boom, boom. Now they never whatever. Boom, boom. She's a good girl, but tonight she a stripper. She got a man, but that nigga ain't with her. I give her a bottle, a beat, like I was her babysitter. I'm like, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Beauty. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Beauty. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, bitch. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Beauty. I'm up in the section, we got bottles up, and it's full of them gold. These bitches is working, you know that I'm flexing. Throwing my money, yeah, I light up the road. I'm fire and burn, haters can't touch me, man, I'm in my zone. I'm that nigga trust, my swag. Okay, we do not own the rights to that music. YouTube, we do not own the rights to that music. It was used for entertainment purpose only to show some love and birthday wishes in minute. Yeah, it's buffering because of the music. You can only probably get close to about maybe a minute or so with the music without getting hit with a music copyright. The problem when you play Mr. Kelly's music, though, you guys, do you ever wonder, because yes, YouTube is a little, I'm gonna tie this up, y'all, it's a little bit, like I tell you guys, it's a music thing, right? So people put the copyrights on their music, right? And what has happened was, a while ago, YouTube was getting hit with a major lawsuit, okay? But that lawsuit, what they did now was make the people who plays different music become liable, so that they don't have to pay out another substantial amount of money to artists, or whatever, people with okay, Juicy, okay, hon, okay, you have a good day too, Juicy. And so what they did now is make people liable, and if you actually get hit with the copyright, then yes, that person in particular, of the artist in particular, can come after you. So what happens is, when it's kind of minor and they kind of do the copyright thing, they do collect money off of it, right? It'd be pennies off of $1, and yeah. So, and I'm thinking, wow, everybody's playing Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly music because the money has to go to that particular artist. So I was just wondering, has Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly been receiving any funds off of a lot of his music that gets played, on the YouTube or whatever, Instagram or Facebook and stuff like that, because people do use a small amount of his music to blend into that content. So I was just, that's something to think about, huh? Something to think about. All right. Before we jump into the video of what I play, I also kind of want to go over this here with you guys. And this is a guy on here. He's a union rep, okay? I'm actually going to try to reach out to him just to see some things. I'm going to try. I'm going to give it a big try. See, I'm a small little fry over here. But I think in order to step up my game and get things really going or get some more information and content out to the channel over here, I must step up my game just a little bit, but I can't take away from my priority of my life, and that is making sure that I do make it to work and take care of my household, children and grandchildren and things. Okay. So, but with that being said, let's talk about this here. Okay. Because you know that the rallies, the protests, and everything, the point of it is two things to me. And that's one, getting down there to show Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly that he still has supporters out here that has his back. I'm going to turn this light down because it is making me squinch. Is that okay, you guys? That's not too bad because I know they was like, put some light on you, but this light has definitely got me squinching over here. So now I feel, okay, that's a lot better for me. So, it's to uplift him, is to show him that through his journey, he can continue to fight because he has people out here that is standing beside him throughout his journey to receive justice in the court of law, up under the laws that are written in a constitution. Call it a constitution. Constitution is the name of this big old booky thing. And in the constitution, we have the laws, your amendments, first, second, third, so on and so on. Right now, we are aware that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, First Amendment right is being totally ignored, along with other amendments. But the second reason why we go down there after we show him or let him know in his heart and from his ears, if he can hear from the inside of that building, that you gotta keep fighting this. You gotta fight this to the end and to not give up. And I think that at some point we did establish that with the first march and again with the second march, because we see all of the caboose going on out on the media. Second thing is that we go down and, as it is mentioned, that to do a wellness check to make sure that he is okay. Do we get information when we go down there? It is asked on the sidewalk, and you'll have some securities come down to the end of what they have is like a platform, because they're doing construction there. And so they'll come to the end of the platform and, they'll nod, or they'll thumb us up. And at that time, when we get that message is when we'll proceed, let's take this to the side of the building. That is the way I've seen it go down, because I'm down there. That's it. We get the okay. Securities, they can't say much. We can't make them say much, and a thumbs up is okay. However, you have to understand that people do anything and say anything to get you to move along. But if that is the response that we got, that is the response that we have to accept and just trust that, they're doing their job. However, we noticed with the second protest that wasn't the case. They thumb us up on the first one. They did thumb up on the second one, and here we have it where Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly has gotten into an altercation with a white male. I like to say white cracker because they say niggers, and I think that it's only fair if they can say niggers that we can say crackers, and that's how I feel about that situation. However, you are only a cracker to me if you are disrespectful, out of line, trying to fight me, and all of that stuff. Other than that, you are who you are, and that is your name and not a color. But the minute I see a person of the other color wanting to say and use the word nigger, you will definitely become a cracker in my book. And I think that that is fair game. I'm not just going to say, shut up, white boy. No. I'm going to call you a cracker. You call me a nigger. So when I was born, those are two words that was out back in the 50s and the 60s or whatever, or the redneck. So I can't understand, and I'm not being racist by no means necessary. What I'm saying is that how is it that everybody can stop saying the word cracker back coming up through the 80s and the 90s. But yet then we are now in the year 2000, getting ready to go into 2001, and it is still okay for a white person to use the word nigger. So I'm just letting you know, if I ever get called a nigger and you are white, I will definitely call you a cracker. Period. It's like that. You can't use my name. You want to call me a nigger? I'm going to call you a cracker. Fair game. Fair usage, fair acts, whatever fairness you want to put on that shit. So with them coming down and doing the wellness check, and the security is with us coming down doing the wellness check and giving us a thumbs up and everything, and then all of the combustion blows up out here about Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and one of them had something to do, had a lot of people spoke on it being that we kind of was assured that there was a lockdown due to the coronavirus. Okay. Here I have an article, and I didn't just pull this article. I've been sitting on this article for some time now, you guys. It's just that bringing up content and all of that stuff, it is time consuming. And my job is a little bit more demanding. Lexa says, fair enough. Thank you, sweetheart. And I love you. I love a person who loves a person for who they are and what I am. I am, and you guys know my name. That's who I am, and that's who I will address that person by. But once that person gets out of pocket and then wants to start the name calling, we're in different shoes now. And the shoes that you stepped in to say it, you have to accept the shoes that I'm going to step in to say it back. And that's just the way it is. But you don't hear that a lot, on the TV and everything like that. If there's something going down, it's always, or like they say, this fight came out and we all had learned that it was a white guy and he was tatted up and possibly cake. We had Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's attorney come on, and I do understand that she had to remain professional about it. Well, I agree with that, but in a sense, it was like, okay, well, what part of the professionalism did she lose? Because she clearly said that the guy was back there calling Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly a nigger, and I get it. It was a quote and unquote situation that she was in. I totally get that shit. But I think that it could have gotten beeped out, or could have been used another way as, this guy was tatted up. He was back, calling Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly the N-word that people do not like. It could have been that, but she bluntly just said nigga. And I was like, well, okay, because I know that I'm going to be in there as a tough ass as an attorney for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And I'm sorry, because sometimes you have to lay down that professionalism just a little bit. Well, I would have said, bring it on, fucking cracker. What if he would have said that? Then, oh my God, this would have been a big racial thing, right? Right? So I get it where she tried to, you got to try to stay away from that. But see, I roll with some balls that I don't even have. And that, as his attorney, that's how I would have put it out there on that interview that she brought to that the guy who did the interview. That's just me. I'm sorry. You can't paint a picture one way and leave the other half of the picture painted for people to guess on it. No, we're going to put it all out there. And that's just how I am. So back here, you guys, this article here it was telling the people about the corona cases rising at Chicago Federal high-rise jail. And as you can see, I did pull that article. So there's the federal building, okay? I'm just going to touch on this just for a minute. And it says that for weeks, Chicago's downtown federal high-rise jail appeared to be keeping the coronavirus at bay. It says only a handful of staff members at the Metropolitan Correctional Center on West Van Buren had tested positive for the coronavirus since the outbreak had begun. According to official numbers, and no reports emerged of detainees with the virus until Tuesday. Now, for the first time, the coronavirus appears to be spreading among MCC, more than 600 inmates. Though the number of confirmed cases there remains low, The virus has been known to spread rapidly, and numbers tracked by the Chicago Sun-Times have risen quickly. The numbers were gathered from court filings from prosecutors and local defense attorneys, as well as from the MCC union official. So there you have the court filings that filed by the prosecutors and the defense attorneys. And with that being said, that lets me know that they do have an accurate number of positive cases up in the MCC building. Either they know it or this filing has not been completed yet. They have not, completed this investigation or something, but there was a filings of it. And boy, would I like to get my hands on the filings by some of the prosecutors and the defense attorneys. Those on the ground sources have largely been in agreement, and they have reported higher numbers of positive cases than the Federal Bureau of Prisons. For example, MCC, his name is, and he is a union leader of the MCC. His name is Kevin Lacey. I like to speak to Kevin. I really would. On that Friday afternoon, he said that there were 12 inmates and 14 staff members had tested positive for the virus. Around the same time, the BOP said no inmates and 11 staff members had tested positive. It didn't report Lacey numbers until Sunday, but by then the prosecutor said that the number of staff cases has risen to 15. Because some workers was also waiting the test results that week, Leslie said as many as 22 people had at one point been removed from the already stretched thin staff. So that tells me right there that the staffing is pretty low at the MCC. It says that we have a dangerous virus in our environment where social distancing is quite literally impossible, no matter what they say to contrary. John Murphy, Executive Director of the Federal Defender Program in the Northern District of Illinois. John Murphy, you guys, he is the Federal Defender Program in the Northern District of Illinois. So he told Chicago Sun-Times. So it would seem that efforts should be made by everyone to reduce the population of people in those facilities pretty dramatically. And that hasn't happened so far. So he spoke out about it, about reducing the number of the population, the number of the people. We got to spread these people out in the MCC. And when I read that, I'm assuming that that will include the inmates as well. So, but we learned here that it has not happened so far. People speaks on things. All of these big old people that sits up in these big offices and stuff, they will speak on a lot of shit and fail to follow through on anything of what they're spoken on. This has to do with your presidential people, your Democrats and your Republicans, your mayors, all of them. They'll speak on that shit on TV, tell everybody we gonna do this, and I want you to vote for me for this and for this and for this and for this, and you never see that shit even coming. You never see half of the shit that they sit up there at the podiums and talk that shit, and you never see half of it. Not half of it. You see some of it, but not half and more. You don't. They get comfortable, just like everybody else out here do on their jobs and everything. And once all you got to do is just get your ass in. All you have to do is get in there in the foundation. And then you can start building and working on it and doing this and on however you fucking goddamn please to move on it. It doesn't even matter. They know they're getting a check. They know that their boss, their superior, will put something on there on the desk. I need you to get right on this. Yeah, they'll put a little bit of bandage on it to just quiet it down out there. And then it's back to the old coffee and donuts back at the goddamn desk. I hate politicians. I do, you guys. Oh. I don't want my tea to get called on. It says here that the BOP spokesperson said the numbers it releases publicly are based on the most recently available confirmed lab results involving open cases from across the agency. The BOP has declined to say how many MCC inmates have been tested for the coronavirus. I shortened that down and said coronas. That's crazy. And you know what? I'm going to put some sauce on this one here because it's like that on my job. We have a lot of people that questions management. You know, when we see a person that has all of a sudden disappeared and we know that this person is a regular worker, but all of a sudden has disappeared, it becomes a concern. So they'll walk around and they'll say, well, have you seen so-and-so and so-and-so? And it's like, well, no. Well, because we have the pandemic out here, it's the first question that everybody's running to management about, is so-and-so, is he, positive? Is what's going on with so-and-so? Because that person that is going to management and asking them is because that person felt that they worked around that person for some time. But because they have this Privacy Act thing, no one is allowed to know who has what. So you're in the loop from it. And that is one of the gimmicks. No, not the gimmicks. This is one of the reasons why they tell you to stay masked up, to keep sanitizing, keep washing your hands, because they can't tell you guys shit about who has what on your job or nothing. So you do have to protect yourself. The Bureau of the Prisons has taken and will continue to take aggressive steps to protect the safety and the security of all staff and inmates. Says here that the Bureau of Prison has taken steps and will continue to take aggressive steps to protect the safety and the security of all staff and inmates, as well as visitors and members of the public. Now that there concerns me, because this here is written by one of the union leaders of the MCC by the name of Kevin Lacey, who clearly states here that the Bureau of Prisons will achieve aggressive steps to protect the safety and the security of all staff and inmates, as well as visitors and members of the public. I question that. So is there members and is there visitors coming in and out of this federal institute? You got people out here that says, oh, they can't have any visitors or whatever because it's locked down. But yet here, he clearly states that, it's in their best interest and they will be aggressive about it to take care of visitors and members as well. And I get it if they're talking about the coronavirus. But my point is there some possibility that there is visitation going on in this building? Okay. The number of coronavirus cases at the MCC remains considerably low than other lockups in Illinois, including Stateville Correctional Center, which most recently reported 122 inmate cases, or the Cook County Jail, which recently reported 171 cases among detainees. Okay, the federal court filings from the prosecutors and their defense attorneys have opened the widest window into the MCC since the pandemic began. Prosecutors revealed the first positive test by a single inmate, and it was on that Tuesday, you guys. So this had to be somewhere, I want to say, around May of 2020, okay? The BOP reported the same number later that day, but the BOP did not change its tally Wednesday, when the defense attorney began to report the number had jumped to 6, including one inmate whose situation was said to be precarious. Okay? On Thursday, prosecutors said 2 of the 6 inmates had been hospitalized, which might explain why the BOP that afternoon reported only 4 MCC inmates had the coronavirus. But that same afternoon, Leslie, the union leader of the MCC, he had heard that 9 cases at the MCC he had heard that there were 9 cases at the MCC, a number confirmed Friday by the prosecutors. They said that the number had been given to them by the MCC legal counsel Thursday, the same day that the BOP told the public that the number was only 4. So there are some discrepancies about the number of people that had tested positive. The MCC inmates' family members are worried. Samantha Erdell, she said that her 36-year-old fiance, Kevin Conway, he was hospitalized with low blood count last year while serving a 2-year sentence for being a felon in possession of a firearm. She said that she's wondered about sanitary conditions at the facility and if Conway gets the virus, whether he can beat it with the compromised immune system. She said that he is held on a floor with 60 people who shared 1 urinal, 4 toilets, 4 showers, 4 sinks. In a filing in a separate case, a defense attorney wrote that the MCC inmates are given a single cloth mask, which must be continually worn without proper sanitizing between each use. The attorney also wrote the inmates are allowed to shower 3 times a week for 5 minutes at a time. Well, Elder wondered when speaking to the Sun-Times whether those showers were being cleaned. Leslie said they are. Remember Leslie, that's the union leader of the MCC building. He is the president of the American Federation of Government Employees at Local 3652. He's representing 150 or so employees at the MCC and office overseeing halfway house inmates. He said a team cleans the showers after every group of inmates leaves them. He said the facility is disinfected 3 times. Three times a day. Federal prosecutors have largely argued against inmates' release, stressing the steps taken by MCC staff. They said that visits have been suspended. So there we have it, knowing that as of now, we are to believe that there are no visitations going on at the MCC. Detainees are being screened, hand sanitized, and signs touting proper hygiene have been posted. At risk inmates are being quarantined, and as of April the 10th, all MCC staff members and inmates are wearing face masks. I think that as long as the staff continues to do what they need to do, we'll do a decent job of keeping it under control. And that there you have it coming from the MCC, Mr. Leslie, a union leader of the MCC building, downtown Chicago. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about the coronavirus up in the MCC? You think that they have it under control? Haven't heard anything on the news or about any more new cases or anything on there. However, I still would like to contact this person, this union, and see if I can get some more detailed information about the procedures and everything that they have taken, and try to also throw in the fact of what information can he give about the floor that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, I have to use the word reside on, and how many inmates are on that floor. And, is everybody following the coronavirus protocol of staying free from the coronavirus? So I'm going to give it a shot, you guys, and see what it is. Now, let's get back into my video, you guys. And as a lot of people know, I will seldom talk about Don Russell, but effortlessly talk about Bookum. Put a lot of it into it. And it is what it is, because I'm never going to change my gut feeling on it. Never. Never going to change my gut feeling on it at all. These videos, they're old. They're when I first started out. But there was no gravitation over here. So a lot of it I do understand. That people wasn't aware of how I felt about it or what I was seeing, So I was listening to Don Russell, and I just don't change on how I stands for him. This we know is the man that tried to mend some things out here so that Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly can continue on with his life without the interruptions that we have now, that has completely torn Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's life into pieces. Throughout Mr. Don Russell, like he tells everybody, he met with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly way before time of all of this shit. He met with him. And I going to have to believe that they talked and they discussed how things needs to go down, what was going down. On top of that, you had Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly come back and write the I Admit. And one part in that I Admit song, he put in there that his spirit had told him that some things was not right. Money, people around him, friends, family, you name it. He put everything in that song, and he said something isn't right. The only problem that I have was with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. He knew what his spirit was saying. He knew he was having these gut reactions. I hate the fact that he didn't act when it first hit him. He still kind of prolonged it because he wasn't for sure, but his intuition was telling him something ain't right. Something is back there. And then, like I say, we have Don Russell, who meets up with him, and they have their meeting to go on to do their things and lay out the blueprint of everything. But God behold, Bookum stepped into the scene. And I do have lots of videos, you guys, lots of videos. Bookum steps into the scene, and he plants this goddamn seed on Mr. Don Russell and switched the whole goddamn narrative around on him. I hate to do this, but I'm going to do this, because if I don't, it will leave the story bland. Blah. Along with Mr. Bookum, you also had Sylvia, who was helping along Mr. Bookum bring alive a lot of things that had pertained to Mr. Donald Russell, his mother, businesses, notarizations, all that sort, right? I'm okay with Sylvia coming out and putting all of the shit out in the air. It is what it is. What I'm not okay about it is that as I was dropping these videos, nobody was listening. So I felt that all of this bullshit that is going on right now could have totally been fucking avoidable. But I get it. I don't know, Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I didn't put myself out here portraying that I walk side by side, or I was in the studios and I was at the concerts, or I was a mentee, or I was the maid, or none of that. So people do not gravitate to people like us or you that has these little bitty things to say. But sometimes it's that little bitty box out there that has the real goddamn information. And if only that they would have gravitated, they wouldn't be in the shit that they are in right motherfucking now. And that's just how I feel about that. Now, they can bring like, oh, I didn't mean to do this and I didn't mean to do that. And it's acceptable. It's okay because people can change once they open their eyes. However, I must say this to Big Marshall. And I truly do believe that Big Marshall probably should talk to me personally and throw an apology out there. You know why? Because Big Marshall is the one that sent Bookum at me. She's irking my nerves. He kept pointing out to Bookum that I was a pain in the ass. But I was that pain in the ass, Big Marshall, to bring everybody a little bit of my truth. But due to the failure to communicate and for people to just listen, put the pieces together, which I think that you and Sylvia, you guys failed tremendously on it, all because you allowed Bookum to manipulate you guys into rethinking that he was definitely rocking hard with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I think that for now, that those people just gonna have to weep what they goddamn sold. And that's how I feel on that shit. All of my videos was dropping hard on that guy. But because I'm nobody, let's not listen to her. Let's just put out there that she's irking my fucking nerves. Marshall, you sent Bookum at me. With that being said, because of you, my pages were allowed as well to be copyright because you put Bookum in his feelings based off of your feelings because of my voice, or I didn't know what I was talking about. But you know what, Big Marshall? I get to sit over here right now. I'm not gloating on it. I'm kind of thinking I wish, but I'm not going to gloat on it. But I'm actually chuckled about it. That look whose side of the seat you're sitting on now. Look who you're angry with now. If only you would have listened. That's how I felt about that. And every time I see Big Marshall, I have flashbacks about it because it wasn't him that I was doing harm to. It was nobody that I was doing harm to. It was just me bringing out what I thought needed to be looked at a little bit more carefully. It's the same way. I didn't have that reaction, Big Marshall, from Phases to the Next Level. No. Phases to the Next Level just started going and watching and started looking, and all I got from her was, She went and did her own freaking homework and escaped. Nice and slow, the way it should have been done. That's why I respect Phases quite a bit. I do, you guys. She just eased right on up out of it because at the end of the day, it's not about Bookum. So what did she do? Fell back, got away from the dirt. Got away from the dirt. But Big Marshall put me out there to Bookum because I was irking his nerves. Now I get to sit right here and watch Big Marshall sit on the other side against Bookum. Imagine that. Imagine that. I do look forward to getting a phone call from Big Marshall it'll probably never happen to say, you know what? I apologize. I think so, sister. I thank you. I think so. I look forward to it. I do. He may not feel like he owes me one, but I do feel like it. I feel like he owes me one for irking his nerves on what I saw. And all it took was just a bunch of more people to just see it from the beginning. Bookum would not be in the position that he is in right now if you'd have saw it from the goddamn beginning. Could have been shut it down. With my videos, I think after I dropped so many, and I can bring it up, but I won't. I won't. It's a lot in that video that does revisit my past, where it will clearly show you that I did have a funkified ass feeling with DJ as well. And those videos are on there. But I watched DJ change as a person to support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So with those videos there, I have to choose to keep those videos to myself. However, I have them all. I watched all of their movements from day one. I did. After so many of the videos was dropped, there was no Levi for Kelly. Nowhere. Levi for Kelly popped in the scene somewhere around earlier this fucking year. And that's a fact. All of the arguments and the beef and everything, Dubowski, he's in some of my videos. Those were the people that were there from the beginning. So I can't find in my the rightness of my mind of why Mr. Cousin Levi holds such a grudge against these men. When this fight started, he wasn't there. When Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly was going through his trial of 2002 through 2008, leaving up out that courtroom with an acquittal, neither one of them was there, Bookum nor Cousin Levi, period. When he came up for a bond, neither one of them were there. So I asked the question, why in the fuck are these two people irrelevant? I hear people saying, the family this and the family that. It's a hard thing to take in, to even talk about the family when the family wasn't there. The family wasn't there. So I had put in my mind that the only person that I can probably say who the family was the two people that bonded him out. And that was what's her name? Levan's, the one female, I forgot her name. And then the other person that did the other bond out on the child support. That's family. Valencia. It don't get to be no more family than that. I get to the point where it don't matter if you tie by blood. There's two types of blood, dirty blood and good blood. And just because the blood came from the womb of the mother doesn't mean that it's good blood to the end. I have a brother, next to the oldest brother, done some things that was not acceptable by me. And that had to be over 12, 13 years ago. And my mother and my dad, may he rest in peace, had been trying all of these years. Y'all need to talk it out. Y'all need to get it together. I do claim him as my brother. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly does claim them as his brother. But for a fact that I know, when you burn and you burn and you burn and you constantly burn, you my brother by my mother. But that bad blood you put between us, that's gone. I haven't talked to my brother in almost 14, 15 fucking years right now. And you ask me if I care. I don't. Yes, my mom and my dad spent many years trying to patch it up. That's your brother. It is my brother by my mother. But my brother had bad blood that couldn't be no part of my goddamn life. And that's just the way it is. I get so tired of people saying that, a family is family. You got to leave it in between a family. Know the difference of the blood, regardless whether it's family or not. If your family can get bad blood, just like a nigga out there in the street got bad blood, he gets cut off the same goddamn way. Makes no difference. I guess that family member should have stuck to the fucking family code that you don't fucking break. You don't go against each other. You don't turn your back on each other. And what did Robert Sylvester Kelly say? If his mother turned over in his grave, why? Because the bad blood came out. And people wants to keep sitting here and saying it's not, it's his brother, it's his brother. Okay, but let's move on off of that. Let's move on off of that journey. Because me personally, I really don't care. Tell you the truth. I don't care. Let's jump back over here. John Russell was not able to complete his journey of what was conquered out, what was blueprinted out for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. And you guys can thank, and I'm standing on this, everybody can thank Mr. Bookum for that. You can thank him for that. You can thank Bookum for that shit. He threw an anchor in that boat and changed that narrative up so fast to now don't nobody know what to believe. And it sucks. I'm going to stand by him and I'm going to ride by that Don Russell is doing whatever he can now in his power. Even with that case pending on him, makes it a little bit harder. But I'm going to hope that he can pull through with what instructions Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly left him to do. Not Bookum and not motherfucking cousin Levi. He ain't leave them shit of no goddamn instructions to do nothing. The apologies from the infamous Sylvia Page and from Spitting Fire and from the Dubosky channel and from the DJ Tyson's channel. They were nice. They were nice. All I'm going to say on that is there is still always an agenda behind some shit. And I'm sorry. That's the way I feel about that. That's the way I feel about that. It's always an agenda. Now you got the people out here where they got to really prove to everybody about who was right and who was wrong and who was shaky and who's not. At this point, it's like who you don't believe nobody. You just can't believe this shit. Because they, as grown people, should have never started off this shit this way. They should have never not let Bookum allow them to manipulate on this shit, all because he was sitting out there preaching of how much he was a goddamn mentee. That made no fucking sense to me and couldn't show nobody shit. The only thing that he can do for everybody out here was tell you stories. Stories. Pull him up, find himself a way to paint himself a fucking character in there. After his character, along came another character. Along came another character. Drunken Larry. Along came another character. That goddamn cousin Levi. Along came another character, Sharon Winbush. Along came another fucking character. Mama Mary. All of these motherfuckers is fucking characters in this goddamn story. And this don't make no sense. And it's not over yet. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet. This person going to jail. This person got to go to jail for this. And you did this. And you talked about this. And you said my mama draws stank, nigga. And you posted up my kids' family. And you did this. You know where your goddamn children are. Everybody knows where their children are. And you know that they're well. Bookum could have called my grandson retarded 5 million times. Don't affect me. My kids are good. That's some childish ass shit. You think it bothered me? You could post my babies up all the fuck you want to. My kid's good. All that back, remember back in school? Yo mama. That shit never even bothered me. I used to sit around and be like, yo mama what? Oh, my mama at the house. But for some reason, that phrase alone triggered a fight out there. Press a 1 if y'all agree to that shit. Y'all remember y'all was in school? And them motherfuckers be out there, bitch, yo mama. Yo mama. That's what I used to think, like, my mama. What? And then people, what my mama got to do with this? I never got upset over that shit. I went back jumping rope and playing hopscotch and shit, going over to the goddamn monkey bars. Oh, he talking about my mama. Something about my mama. I know where my mother's at. So you can say your mama all day. But that's where all of these little antidotes and shit come from to get everybody so mad. And let's do this. So Bookum calling my grandson a retard. That shit don't bother me. Not at all. Post the pictures up. You know, fuck. I have a beautiful goddamn grandson. Matter of fact, I have four boys. Beautiful. One lazy than the motherfucker, but we working on it. He's still a good boy. Got a job. He's doing good. So when you know what's right about yours, no matter what someone say or how they call it, a bitch, a hoe, you know, all that shit, it shouldn't bother you if you knew who you were in here. Whatever. You ever be a bitch. Whatever. So it's like, it's like that grade school shit that just never goes away within people. You know what I'm saying? Just never goes away, and it needs to go away. Again, I do look to hear from Mr. Marshall. I do, for an apology for irking his nerves. Because me irking his nerves, along with a bunch of other stuff coming out, I'm glad to have helped now. I am. But I know you won't give that, acknowledgement over here because I'm just a little channel. I'm not that close to I'm not close at all to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. She ain't shit over here. She don't know what the fuck she talking about. I get it. Now I hear people out there saying, whole bunch of other things. I'm not going to even get into it. I'm not going to even get into that. Let's get into what we saw last night. Y'all want to get into some of that? Because I do. I want to talk about it. I get a lot of text messages. A lot of people now, they want to support from at home. A lot of people is saying how embarrassing this is becoming. The supporting part of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. How many of you guys think that the actions that are being shown now is becoming embarrassing now? Do you still feel like that you can go out there and continue the march when one is called out? I'd like to see a show of hands. Put your hands up if you think that if the protest starts moving in a different direction, a better direction, would you come out? Would you come out? PDQ says, I can't fight for chaos. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Okay. Secret Sister says yes. Oh, you said I can. Okay. It's going to take a powerful move, but that's okay. I see it. It's going to take a powerful move, you guys. You say you're scared. Okay, let me touch on this here. And this is coming from my heart, you guys. It really is. I was downtown. I did both protests, okay? Do I see some things that may not sit well with me? I do. But then there's a lot of things that did sit well with me. Because the person who I am, I juggle two different things. I union rep for a lot of people. And then when I'm not union repping, I'm in a different pair of shoes. So therefore, that means that I must conduct myself with two different personalities, okay? You have to learn it. You have to make it become you when you decide to take on a role. You feel what I'm saying? I have my union rep shoes, and then I have my papu shoes, my legal name shoes, okay? When I attended these protests, when I decided to come out to do the first protests and to bring supporters out and leaders out, I was in a professional shoes. There was no time for fuckery. It was only business that should have been going on. It was only serious business that should have been going on. Okay? And where I'm going with this, you guys, when you are conducting professional business and going out in public, all of the fucking shenanigans has to stay at home. It has to stay at home. If you are coming to any of these protests, your infatuations has to stay at home. We don't come to the protests, excuse my French, where all of a sudden you feel like fucking, sucking, and jucking on somebody. Leave it at home. It wasn't the time for it. It wasn't the time for it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know who the fuck is with who down there. And I fucking don't care who is with fucking who. I don't care. It's not for me to care about. What I do care about is how people are with people in a certain way while we're doing this event. That's what I cared about. Had I known it, I probably wouldn't have said nothing. But I probably would have made up my mind to be like, oh, hell to the fucking no. We're not establishing these protests, you guys, for a fucking hookup date. That's not what we're doing. This ain't no hookup, matchmaking, falling in love. This ain't the fucking love boat. This ain't the fucking love boat. Nobody should be down there in their feelings. Nobody should be down there striking up the moment where I feel like I'm horny than a motherfucker and I want to fuck. That's not what this was about. This is totally not what the fuck this is about. I have numerous of goddamn fucking text messages, you guys, now saying with people that they don't want to march no more. They don't want to they just want to support from home. How did we get here? How did we get here as grown as people where we could not put aside all of this fucking physical attraction to the opposite of human nature? How? How did we fucking get here? I don't get it. I don't get it. This wasn't a moment to catch what you can. This wasn't that fucking moment. Grown. We're grown as people. And we're out downtown with this type of shit going on. Man. I have, this is my fucking platform and I have to be fucking honest. I was shocked. I was fucking speechless. I was fucking speechless. It's fucking speechless, you guys. I don't even know what to say or where to go. I don't know. I have to be honest with you guys. I don't know. Because if this support group, if these is going to be held for people to come to satisfy your sexual fucking healings and to do all kind of other group up ass shit. This ain't me. I'm about fucking business, you guys. I'm about business. It looks bad. It looked real motherfucking bad. Real fucking bad. As adults, this shit looks bad. I don't know. You have another protest coming up. We have another protest coming up. You people in the chat room, and if you're coming, you have to decide whether if you're coming just to do this protest on supporting Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Me, myself, I guess I was able to blind out everything. I do want to point on two things. One of them came from Mr. Trent. Mr. Trent did pull up in bad weather with a young lady. To be honest with you, I thought that was his girlfriend that came from the state that he was from. She was sitting in there, cool, chilling, and everything. Does it hurt to hear where he says that he was getting out? And she said, well, some people said that he needed a poncho. I was the one that yelled in that car to Trent, leaning just like this as I'm leaning to you guys. He's asking me, where they at? Where they at? Papoose said to Trent, it don't matter. We going. Rain, hail, sleet, snow. That came from one Papoose, not Trent. That meant that I done drove down here, no matter how fucking hard it was raining. I was coming to stand up and support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I said that. And the 5 people that was out there standing and walking to meet these other people at this march was being redirected by DJ Tyson. I'm putting it out there now. They were being redirected. I get it. It rained. I get it. Health issues. But for those people that were able to come out there, I was asking them, don't detour. We can do this. I'm looking up at the clouds. Me and my moderators, I'm praying. We walking under umbrellas. I lost an expensive battery pack in that fucking rain. APZ shows up. She's got the wet ass fucking ice cooler telling me to put it in the car, which I did not want to do. I didn't want to mess her car up. I'm already wet. We might as well roll with this bitch. But no, she insists, put it in the car. We got it in the car. We're standing out there, 5, 6 of us. The guy you heard on the video recording talking to Trent Vidal, he's out there. He said he got us and he was out there. We're all getting soaking fucking wet without no fucking ponchos, no nothing. Umbrella, that bitch got soaked and damn near folded up on us. That's how hard it was raining. But I'm assuring them, y'all, the clouds are moving. God got us. Them clouds were rolling clouds. It was just only a matter of time. But I put that out there. Rain, hail, sleet or snow. Trent says, give me a minute. I'm coming. It did. Went and parked the shit and he came on. I never seen the girl for quite some time that morning. So she felt that she was too good enough or too pretty enough. Your tits were too big. Your hair was too pretty. It is what it is. And she didn't want to march in the rain. That was her prerogative. But I have to tell you that because of the strength that I have and the integrity that I have and the loyalty that I put out there to support and stand by Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, I didn't give a fuck about no hair. I didn't give a fuck about these shoes because it's shit that I can get done over. I didn't give a fuck about titties getting wet or none of that shit. It was gone out the window because I drove thus far to do this. All this here shit right here, this nail and shit here, I will redo that shit later. When I said, let's do it, let's do it. He came about. Then he did get a poncho. Mind you, I got the motherfucking poncho now because he stuffed it in my bag and I forgot all about the goddamn poncho. Still somewhere stuffed in the damn bag. That's how that happened. We get over to the park after the protest and Trent leads the park. The march. Trent didn't lead this protest off. None of these guys didn't lead this protest off because they felt the need to take the charge. Because we had any woman in that group that would probably be capable enough to take the charge as well. Me, and I have spoken to everybody about that. I don't like being on the horn. I do not. Which was best for me? How did we go about doing this? Dubosky had the voice. DJ had the camera and the backup voice. Trent had the constitutional. He was reciting the amendments on it. I thought that those three was up front to do a good job. That's why they were up front. Could I have not? If none of them would have showed up in that fucking rain to take the charge, yes, I would have got the fuck on the horn. Because I would have had no choice. Or another lady would have stepped up. So don't get it twisted that there's like not one fucking lady that was down there that was not capable to do the job that these three guys had done. That there, I would have to put bullshit on it. Because we know how women talk. And you give us that horn, we'll get out there and scream some shit. I don't like the glory of it. I don't like the shining of it. I don't. The humbleness is being lost somewhere along the way. Somewhere along the way, the humbleness is getting lost. And it's sad. It really is. It's sad. I'm not going to fall back off of this shit. I'm a supporter. And I'm going to go out there to support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, regardless of who is leading this damn march. I'm going to go out there to support because I'm doing it for him. I'm not doing it to boost somebody else up, to be on the first page of the goddamn newspaper. That's not what I do. That's not me. If anybody gets on the first page of the newspaper, it's everybody that's down there supporting. Everybody that's down there supporting. We get over, the protest is over with. We're at the park. I believe that the moderator, along with myself, asked Trent, just out of curiosity, hey, you know, where you staying? And Trent said that he was staying over at the Radisson Blu, where I was at the Radisson Blu as well, up on the 10th floor, 1010. We wasn't aware that other people were occupying that hotel because everyone likes to be discreet, private, where they stand. And that's okay. Have the right to do so. We come out on the balcony and we look down on the 8th floor, 2 doors down, to our right. We have Mr. Dubosky and T-Baby just hanging out on the balcony and just chilling. After a few more minutes after that, Shamaya did walk out on the balcony. After that, I can't tell you what else the fuck happened or went on in that motherfucking room because I wasn't in there. I can only say what was going on that balcony, and they was just sitting out there chilling. So the funny part and the moral of my story is be careful. When you are moving discreetly, be careful about not rubbing the wrong person the wrong way. Because with the entertainment that you saw last night is exactly what you're going to get. A whole bunch of other goddamn secrets coming out. Now, who was right and who was wrong in this shenanigan? It's not even important anymore. What's important right now is to get the humbleness back to supporting Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. What's important right now is doing a protest that everybody, excuse my French, leave their dicks and their pussies at home. That's the point. That's the goal that needs to be reached. You like somebody, you want to fuck somebody, do it before you get there. Wait until it's over with. Go to the fucking hotel across the let's go. This is crazy. This is crazy. There was just no way in the goddamn world that people came down there to want to fuck, to want to get numbers and shit, and I can give it. Granted, hear me out, you guys. They're grown-ass people, and I get that shit. Yes, you can go off and fuck and get the numbers of whoever you want to do. But look where it's at now. It's integrated, intertwined, caught all up in the narrative of supporting Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Where now there's lots of people out here that's like, this is embarrassing. This ain't what I signed up for. It's embarrassing. Like I said, I'm not embarrassed about it because it wasn't me. It wasn't me. If I had chose to have a dip or something down there, I could promise you this would not nail motherfucker know about it, because that's how I move. Not the motherfucker wouldn't know about it. Wouldn't know about it. That's how I fucking move. But to know about this, and to know about it was about one female, where it appeared to be playing both sides of this or this or that, saying stuff over here to these people and then saying stuff over here to these people, and it just caused another major distraction. It really did, you guys. It just caused another major distraction. All this does is just keep asking yourself, you keep pondering on yourself, who do you trust out here? Who do you believe? Who? It's like there is nobody. There is like no fucking body. It's scary. This is really, really scary. What's next? Anybody got any idea? What the fuck is next? What's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? PDQ, I'm with you on that. I have to agree with you on that. There was no goddamn way that there should have been an invite. If there was an invite, as being a man, there should have been where, you know what? No, I got my own room. She hit you up. Now you calling dick or damn. But we are where we are again. I don't, it's crazy. Shocking moment. I literally couldn't even breathe last night, because when you think that it's all over, there's more. And like there's more. And there's so much stuff is so avoidable where it don't have to be anymore. But there's more and there's more. It's just always more. So it does make it hard to support. It makes it hard, really, really hard. Because you wanna walk behind people and you want to be there and all of that stuff, but it's hard because we don't know what everybody is doing. We don't know what everybody is doing. That's what it is. This shit seems to be going back and forth anyway. It seems to be where it's okay that let's put it out here. Let's give them something to shit on, and they gonna give us something to shit on back, and we could just keep this rolling. That is Lovely says she could goddamn it sex at home. They ain't trying to travel and have sex. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I agree with you, Janae. Like I say, it's like every other day. It's just something dropping. It's just something dropping. And to see that one, I guess I was a mixture of shock. I was a mixture of sadness, because it makes you wonder, like, okay, what just happened here? Like, what's really going on? I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to be just peaceful. I just wanted everybody to come out and do support in a grown folks, a business, professional type way. And then, I didn't want to, and who the fuck am I? I ain't nobody, you guys. I ain't nobody. But I was hoping that, it would kill all of the arguments back and forth and all of the hatred and all of that stuff. I was really hoping that it would kill that. But it seems like that is just, it still has this ongoing process about it. Still has this ongoing process about it. I don't know. I don't know. You say you can tell somebody had planned something. Something went on, and it sure doesn't look good. Hey, McDime. More drama, McDime. More drama. More drama. This one here, this is episode, the hoochie coochie fuck me moment at the protest. I don't know. I don't know. This is, the protest is just not to be used as as the love boat. It's not as a love boat. It's okay if you felt attracted to someone down there or whatever, but then can we like get through with this thing here and then, you going off privately on your own and call each other up and then get your fuck fest on? I'm like, that is the fact, beauty. Yeah. Then they say that those hotels will get you in trouble, huh? Every single time. Every single goddamn time. It'll get you in trouble. Makes no sense. I'm just at the point where, like I said, you can't always blame it on the man. Women have to take some responsibility of it too, because we get hot in the cooler. And the moment to spare up and, you see this guy that you like and everything. And it's like, ooh, let me get some of that. She says hoes out here waiting on hot dick. Yes, you can call. Give me a minute. I'm playing Curtis' song right now. I don't know how he know that what that was, but he know. Give me a minute, because I got to hear this one. I do not own the rights to this music, though. On a dark highway, some love shit went down. Oh my goodness. I don't believe it. I'm like in fucking shock, y'all. Like seriously in shock. I love these supporters. I love the leader. I think he's doing a good job at leading this protest. But it's like, come on. Oh, thank you, Renee. She said you can check in, but you can't check out. Say, Hotel California, where some nasty shit go down, and everybody's fucking around. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Whoa. Well, according to his receipts last night, he showed you a receipt. Said that he had prepaid, because they don't take the money out until after you leave the hotel. So it's like, just go to your room. Go to your rooms, people. Go to your rooms. She's like, this entanglement will get you in jail. All right, we should have a caller in. Come on, Secret Sister, tell us what you got, baby. I don't know if you still remember the number, so we'll get the number in the chat for you. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. We got to get over the anger. We got to get over the hate out here. We got to try to build this back up. We got to strengthen it back up, y'all. We got to strengthen this back up. We got to put rules down, even though grown folks don't, them motherfuckers don't follow the rules any goddamn way. As you know, I don't follow bad rules. You feel me? If it's good, if it's beneficial to everybody, you know, and it doesn't do any harm or whatever to me and nobody else, it's a rule that I'll follow. It's a rule that I'll follow. So, but I don't know. Come on, Secret Sister, give us a call, girl. Give us a call. Let's see what you're talking about this morning. Anybody else want to call in this morning? Put your intake, get your opinion out here on which way should we be moving now with the protests. How do you guys think that we should move? How do you guys think that we should move now? Let's get this caller. Welcome to the One Papoose Show. Who do we have the pleasure to speak with?
Hi, this is Secret Sister.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, chat. How's everybody in the chat? Like you, it is very distressing. It's very distressful, okay, because of everything that's going on. But I would like to put out in the universe, and I'm going to start here on your platform. For one, guys, do not always go for what you see. Everything you see is not what it is. I'll talk to you offline, I'll tell you that. But my thing is remember one thing. They have been trying to take Rob out. They have turned one, and we're starting to see these actually with ops. They're starting to come out because they have to keep our minds and our emotions busy. We can't do it. Don't fall for it. Do not fall for it. Keep focused on Rob. They don't want us. They even got his own brothers. They don't go up to the door. Well, Pat, from what I know, my husband told me y'all didn't go up to no door. Everything was by the book. You were on the, because it's some construction. Would I not be correct?
You are correct. There was no way to get to the door. There's only sidewalk.
So you can't say that you guys, and plus you had cops with you. Okay? Cops were not going to let you break the law. You did the best. Y'all did excellent. And I'm not going to let social media or nobody else tear that down. Y'all did the damn thing. Okay? Now what it is Homeland Security, and I know they listening, you didn't think that there was some black people that can get together on one common goal, do a protest, not fight each other, and not go to jail. You didn't think that could happen. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? It happened. And you ain't going to break it up. Have you keep that same energy that you've had since you started this. You started this. This is you birthed this baby. And then you gave it to our little brother, and he's keeping it going. We got to keep supporting each other to help get Rob out. When Rob walked down, everybody can go fuck wherever y'all want. Go under a car. I don't give a fuck. But I'll tell you what, we are adults. This isn't a time to hook up. And Pat, you know, and if anybody else know, I think Riri, you know what I mean? Y'all know, I sent my husband 16 years. I love that man. I sent him in the belly of the bitches. Okay? My husband's not ugly. And I've gotten word that a lot of people wanted to have side eye. But my husband had self-control because he's a man of principle and he's knows he has a wife.
Yeah.
And if he don't have a wife, my husband went up there for kale. For kale. That's what y'all walk 30 blocks for. Kale. So anybody that has something to say about y'all relieving yourself on the party bus, getting some drinks, letting loose, you did the damn thing. The protest was fucking over. That's like when Kels walks down those steps and he leaves and everybody go back to their regular lives. Guess what? We cannot say, well, Pat, you didn't do that when you were marching. You getting what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to stay focused. That's just the bottom line. Because they're trying to kill Kel. And we got to keep Kel's name relevant. As long as he is in the news, as long as he had somebody out here. Now they're always saying the protesters, the protesters. As long as we're doing this, guess what? They're not going to let it happen. Because then it's a big thing then. We let them take Bill. We let them take Mike, Prince, everybody. Don't let them take Kel, y'all. Not with this bullshit. And this goes for the ops, too. At the end of the day, before you start working for them Homeland Security, check out your skin, bro. Check your skin out. Because at the end of the day, you're going to see. You're going to see. They ain't never loved you. There's never been a COINTEL program that they live normal lives. You either die or you go to jail. Pick your poison, bro. Love you. Love y'all. I'm out.
Okay, sis. There you have it, you guys. The Secret Sister called in, gave her opinion, her intake on how we should continue to move, and showing her appreciation on the protests taking place from the first one and the second one. And she's just, giving us her prayers and stuff of keeping our heads up and keep moving on. Polara said something, you guys, and, I'm glad that she said it. I'm actually glad. She said that that's what, Miss Pap, you started this, and it's like they refuse to say your name. It made me like, what is wrong with these people? I responded back to Ms. Polara. I said to her that I am aware of this. I'm aware of it. I am proud, and I stand proudly for bringing so many people together that did not know each other before the second one has taken place. And I am proud that these people have virtually come from behind the virtual scene to come out and meet each other. And I believe that if that first march did not take place, a lot of these people probably would have not known each other. So I am going to own that. I definitely am going to own it. So, Ms. Polara, I am okay with not being recognized. I definitely am. But when it's time for me to own some things, I definitely will. I have no shame in my game to not own it. I have pride to do as well. So with that, I always thank myself. I always smile about myself of a conquer that I didn't even realize that I can do. But I am aware that I have been pushed back. I get that, and I'm okay with that. But you got to be careful about one papoose, because one papoose will jump out here and start another goddamn protest. And I'm going to reach and reach and reach. I will have an all goddamn ladies protest. I can keep this going. I can keep this going. I can keep it going. But keeping it going requires to have stronger people behind you, loyal people, trustworthy people, loving people The people that knows why you are coming to do a protest. Those are the people that needs to be standing there, not with other baggage, not with other BS under your belts, not with another agenda. It all has to go. It has to be just one focus. So if I choose to, I can do that. I don't have a problem doing that. But I just thought, go and light the torch again, Papoose. Go and get Robert Sylvester Kelly some noise back out here. That's what me and my channel with the females over here, where we put down some dates in this goddamn chat room, and we settled on a date, and we said, let's go do it. We did it over here on the One Papoose show, so I'm not worried about other people shining or they're leading now and stuff like that. Because if I choose to, I will. There's no law that says that I can't put one down because someone else is putting one down. It's not. But right now, it's just that the torch has been lit. We have a leader. I can tell you that in all honesty, it's too many. It's too many. Either Dubowski leads and DJ is the co-leader, but you can't have two. You got to have a co. It's the same thing with them. You got to have the president and you got to have the vice president. You can't have one saying that it's going to move this way, we're going to rock it this way, and another one saying that it's going to be this way and it's going to be that way. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. And when we were down there in that goddamn storm, yes, it fucking bothered me where we had these people being redirected. It did bother the fuck out of me. Yes, I was pissed like a motherfucker. But you know what? It is what it is. There's no need of clowning on about it. I had to jump to plan B on this shit. Do we just go with the people that we have right here? And do we just let the people that's already over at the MCC in a car, sheltered, dry, not getting wet, not putting in the work, just sit on over there? That's what plan B had to be. And that's what it had came to. But then, like I say, Trent jumps out and he's like, oh no, DJ, get your ass here and all of that stuff or whatever. So the storms had passed. It started drying up. We were late getting the march on, but they started showing up. I fell back again. But I was trying to be loud. But I got two guys down there that's over louding me, that's redirecting, that's shifting gears. I fell back because I'm not about the confrontation. All I wanted to do was just get them signs going. One sound, one beat, rain, hail, sleet, or snow. At that point, it didn't matter to me who was out in front. It really didn't. But I noticed that what I was saying, as if I was being undermined, as if I wasn't shit out there, got pushed to the back. I accepted it. Wasn't worth me getting out there saying, whoa. No, that ain't my style. That's not how I roll. The people that came with me, my moderators, Vidal, who also showed me how a gentleman is. What he said on that recording is what he fucking stuck to, his word. When I got down there, he showed the welcoming mat. He showed his wonderful gentleman side of him to us ladies. He did. Nothing out of character. Mine not nowhere else on no fucking pussy or nothing. He was strictly there doing exactly what he said that he was going to do. For that, Vidal, I appreciate you. And I thank you. I have thanking this man, you guys, over and over. And I think he got so tired of hearing me say, I thank you. It was ridiculous, but I had to let him know sincerely. I thank you. And I had to come with that from the bottom of my heart with me and my moderators. And I went over and over and over, you guys. I swear to God, but I was like, look, woman, I got it. Okay. I was pouring him with so many thank yous for his gratitude. It was appreciated. But he did what he said that he was going to do. But as I stand down there and I watch the two guys who did overpower everything I did. Yes, it hurts. Yes. But at that point, I was there for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So I fell back. And now we're over at the MCC building and I hear people, and I'm not trying to make this about me, you guys. I'm not trying to make this about me because I did pass the torch on. But as we got over to the MCC, I hear and I see you guys. I got my phone. I see it. Put Pap on the mic. Put Pap on the horn. Put Pap on the horn. I see it flooding. And to be all honest with you, I was already in my fucking feelings from when we first started off walking. I didn't want to. I got pushed to the back already. Just leave me back there. I don't hear my name. Every now and then, Dubowski, he will touch on it. This one Papoose march. That was one Papoose march. And sometimes I do hope to hear that was our march. Didn't matter to me about who lit the fire and who pushed it out there. It brought the unity that I was hoping to establish. That's what I thought I was doing. So when they call out the protesters and the marches, hearing the names being identified about who done them individually, it does nothing for me. I can care less. But I do like hearing, we did this. That's what I like hearing. I don't like hearing this was one Papoose march, or this is Dubowski's march, or this is DJ's march. Because it's not. It's everybody's march. It's a we march. Matter of fact, it's Robert Sylvester Kelly's goddamn protest. That's who the fuck protest it is. It ain't mine. It ain't Dubowski's. It ain't DJ's. It's not Trent's. In reality, it's Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly's march. His protest. That's what it should be called. That's what it should be. Every time it comes out of somebody's name, if we're going to unify people on behalf of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, that's what it should be called. Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Because Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly ignited all of this stuff. So he the one that deserves this praise. So without him, we would not be knowing each other. Let's put it that way. Let's clean all of this shit up. Without him, we wouldn't have met and known each other downtown Chicago. No, only the people that lives close vicinity with each other and they see each other every day. Yes, those people do. So as of today, yeah, I'm changing it. Wasn't my march. It's not Mr. Dubowski's march. And it's not DJ Tyson's march. It's not Trent marches. It's not Sylvia or Gucci, Randy, nor none of their marches. It's Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly march. This is his protest. We're coming out there to support him. This is his thing. This ain't about none of us, not a single goddamn one. This is not about who could be the loudest. This is not about who has the best group. This is not about who rocking with the best people. This is not about that. This is not about the love boat who can hook up and get a quick fuck right now. It's not about that. Let's put this shit back on track. Put it back on goddamn it track. Humble. Let go the fucking arguments. Fuck Bookum, fuck Cousin Levi. They ain't bond that man out. Everybody knows what the hell it is. They know what it is. You want to do something with Bookum and Cousin Levi? Stay focused just on how they moving. You ain't got to be telling it if you got a plan and an agenda or whatever to land where they may end up in trouble later on down the line. Then let it play the fuck out. Let it play the fuck out. Bookum and Cousin Levi, they ain't doing no fucking good. They ain't doing shit for this goddamn man. Nothing. We've seen numerous of times of them shitting on everything. And as far as Sharon Winbush, I don't give a fuck who she rocking with. I really don't care. But I've made up in my mind, you didn't jump rope backwards and forwards. You didn't even stoop down to playing Chinese motherfucking jump rope on the ankles. Ain't nowhere in the fuck hell I would trust anything that lady say or do. Nothing. There's nothing. You sit here and you put out there that Robert Sylvester Kelly defense fund is low. Then you put out here that the Bruce is coming to the fucking march when everybody in the goddamn world know how these fucking systems work out here. Bruce just got out of jail. What fucking goddamn probation officer or parole officer is going to allow this man to leave one goddamn state and travel to another? I don't know what fucking 3D world she live in, but that shit don't happen. Not when you freshly out of motherfucking jail. No, he wasn't in jail. He was in the penitentiary. That shit ain't gonna happen. Or was he in the states? Maybe he was in the state county. Maybe he was in the county. I could be wrong. Either way it go, jail is jail. And when you come up out of there, you get issued a goddamn probation officer or a parole officer. Either way it go, they ain't letting your ass travel across no goddamn state. I'm laughing at all the motherfuckers out here that believe that shit. So it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. I'm not falling for it. And like I say, I have nothing against Sylvia and them and their platform. They have my respect. The apologies and all of that stuff was good. With me, I still watch that thin fucking line. If that thin line was already created, that crack done stretched and shit done came open. You're not going to get me to ride 100%. Because I feel like you're doing what has to be done to clear yourself, but at the same time, it ain't been cleared enough to get Bookum. Get his ass first. Get him out the way. Not all of this talking. Well, I got these recorders, and if you don't stop doing this, then I'm going to have to put a lawsuit on you, and you going to do this. No, go to work. Because if y'all know for sure that that man has moved so crooked out here, and I'm sorry, if people going to have to sacrifice your soul right now. And you know this man has done some things to be corruptive to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. Ain't nowhere in the fuck hell that they should be sitting over there holding back any type of goddamn information about this man. All because he may have a little shit on you. And I'm sorry, if Bookum got some shit on them that they did that was crooked or whatever to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, and both of them start dropping this shit to police departments or whatever, then guess what? This is how I feel about their side. If one go down, they all fucking go down. And you guys can put the blue hearts in the room on that shit. That's just how I feel. Ain't no need of trying to save your asses by spilling the beans when he got something that can spill the beans as well to save his ass. So if the beans are going to be spilled, if one of them go down, so be it. Gonna have to take the other one down. I'm sorry. That's the way it goes. That's the only way you're going to bring out the real goddamn shit. That's the only way that the truth will be told, is they got to put actions into play if some damages was truly done to Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. As far as them putting all of this supporting evidence and things out here just to clear up their personal lives, their personal feelings, has nothing to do with vindicating Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I don't even want to hear, me personally, this is my opinion. I don't even want to hear shit. That was all fucking personal. Y'all fucked each other over. It's like, go on and sit down. Go on and sit down. That's how I feel about it. I agree. That's facts though, Candy. You have to own your wrong. You do. You have to own your wrong, and you will. You do. You feel so much better about it. But does owning your own clear everything that needs to be cleared, or does it just clear you, your feelings? I feel better. But Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly is still sitting behind bars. She says that if YouTube is paying Larry, who handles that? Drunken Larry is just a touchy goddamn subject. I said what I said. Larry came in with an agenda, and he wrote his agenda perfect. He accomplished what he came to set in to do. What we're going through now is getting through the process where Drunken Larry will be proving wrong on all his shit through the courts. That's the only thing that it's got to be waiting on with him. Other than that, whatever shit he got going on with card cracking and all of that shit is going to forever be between him and that fucking government over there. It is. It is. He got away with dropping all of this stuff. He tells you he only just read the indictments and he went over the emotions and over the motions and things like that. And he got that narrative out here that is all that he has done. He's done no other damage. So sitting and waiting on something to happen to Larry is like going outside looking for that sewing needle in the grass. Yeah. If he did so much and so much damage, I have to ask you. Why everybody fell off of him? Why hasn't he been picked up either? Everything on this shenanigan thing's just been talked about. Nothing has been acted on it. Nothing. Everything is just blah, 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 blah. That was it. Blah, blah, blah. On to the next episode next week. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just giving you my opinions on this whole thing. Everybody has a character in this goddamn play, and it's not over with yet. There is more to come. Every time one scene completes itself, here comes another scene. The only thing now with moving forward, I just hope that everyone can humble themselves. Let's turn the protest to a Robert Sylvester Kelly's protest, because that's who we are out there for. When it comes to the newspaper and the front page and all of that stuff, that is who should be on the front page. That's just how I am. That's just how I work, because it's not about me. And it's not about Dubowski. It's not about DJ. It's not about Trent. This shit is not about Sylvia. It's not about Gucci. It's not about Sharon. It's not about Bookum. It's not about Cousin Levi. It's not about none of these people. None of them. None of them. I know, Beauty. I know, but I give it the benefit of the doubt. And like I say, Dubowski do shout me out, here and there. DJ, I acknowledge how he works. and his work ethic with his channel is he runs his show based on his narrative on what he chooses to talk about amongst the YouTube shenanigans. So I'm okay with that. But the boasting and and I'm going to talk to Dabolsky and blah blah blah, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. At that point, I already accepted, Beauty, that I am out the mix on that, and that's something that I got to accept, and I'm okay with that. I've accepted that. I accepted that I don't play a part. That I accepted that, and like I said, sometimes when men turn this into a man thing, then you just let it go, and I did. I've let it go. Do I still support and will still support go to if I choose to go out there and bag up the leadership of the protest? Yeah, I'll support it that way because I'm only going out there to support Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So that I would do. But again, I am aware that I have now been placed on the back burner. I don't do enough work, I guess, enough, and I don't, and I have to accept that, and I'm fine. I'm not on here to be, I don't go back and forth with people. My commentary is no different from how I started out. I bring out what I see, and nobody in the YouTube streets is exempt from it. If I bring it in a news-like way. I tell people, well, this has happened on this side and this has happened on this side. Well, what do y'all think? Well, should this be going down? And how does, Lord, did y'all see so-and-so, so-and-so? No different than, like I say, you could call me a mini Tasha K out here. I'm just not too messy with it. I just report it like how I see it. I'm not on nobody's side to say, well, this person is right and this person is wrong, or this person is wrong and this person is right. Because in reality, that's not important to me. That's not important to me to do. I put it out here and y'all could decide. That's what I do. I just put the picture, I just paint the picture out here to people about what's going on. I'm here for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. So with that being said, you guys want a sneak peek of the cards? They're done. I'm just waiting for them to get shipped in the mail. The pandemic, so I can't go pick them up. They are shipping them out. But they're ready. So I will be out there. I will be out in my county. If you would like to have one of the cards mailed to you, you can hit me on my email. I'll try to get a list of people who would like to have one of the cards mailed to them. I'll sacrifice the postage on it. Okay, it's no big deal. I'll sacrifice the postage on it, and I'll ship you one just so that you can have one just for memoir and all of that stuff. So if you would like to have one, just email me. You can trust me with your address. I know people are about all of that. I am the loyal one. I am the sacred one. I am the one that you can trust. I'm not the one in a bunch of behoofery out in the YouTube streets. I'm that girl. Trust me. And I've spoken to plenty people on the phone, and I'm sure they can vouch for that. So if you would like to have one, you're more than welcome to send me your address through email, and I'm gonna keep track of them all, and then I'll make sure that everybody gets one. Let's see if I can find it. No. I hope to still remain good friends with everybody. That's including Mr. Dabolsky and DJ. As far as their actions of how they handle and do things, I have absolutely no control over that. None at all. I can only be me. I can only make up my mind and choose who I want to follow and walk behind as a leader. Only me. Nobody can make that up for me. Nobody. see if I can find it for you guys. I always lose some shit, y'all. That's crazy. You put all this shit in your damn phone, then you can't find the shit. What type of shit is that? Well, let's go this way. Okay. Now, there is, I'm going to put my finger over the dates because I don't think that they were disclosed as of yet, and I do not want to be the one to disclose it. It has been put on the card so that I can help Mr. Dubowski with his march by trying to see if I can bring some awareness up here and see if we can get more people from my county that does not know about this but would like to come to the protest. So you give me a minute. I do have to cover this up because I will be respectful about that because I don't think the date was disclosed to the public. However, I will say this. I'm going to say this. The date was put out there. And just so that you guys know, I never got the date, but it was sent to me. You know what I'm saying? So that way I know that I may not be a part of how they want me to be a part with them. Because I asked myself, wow, okay, well, the date is out there. I never even got issued the date, you guys. No. And I did put it out there that if you guys have a date already, can someone, send it to me. I sent the message out there. Nope, never got the date. So I'm not important. But I was able to get the date. Yeah, I did. I was able to get the date, and the date is on the card, but I will not show the date out of respect. I will not. So, was I hurt a little bit about that one? Yeah. But guess what? Pap had to get on up, go on to work. It is what it is, but no. I probably would have not even known about the date to tell y'all the truth. No, probably would have never got it. And I'd have to be cool with that. So, but I'm going to, oh shit, wait a minute. I'm going to cover it up. Let's see if I can get it to turn. Just so you guys that it is done. Well, I want to shrink it back. And I blow it up. So I'll do it this way. Just so that you guys know. 100 and because I'm honest with everybody, I think it came to 100 and I can bring the receipt up, but you know what? I'm not. With what I put on and what was donated to help getting this done, my graphic designer, my BFF, my girl, she put this down, so I have to say shout out to Megan. So if you guys don't mind, because she do watch the lives when she can you guys put in the chat room shout out to Megan? I'll appreciate that. Put some red hearts with that because she do get down for me when I need her to get down for me. She will be getting paid today for her service, and I appreciate it. And if there's more that I need, she'll get it done for me. Trust that. We did 2,000. So I have 2,000 coming this way, which will be here in between September the 8th through the 11th. I should have them in my home. After that, the week following, I will be out on the street putting this awareness out here just to support the march coming up, you guys, and so that people will become aware of what's going on with Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly. I'll try to hold it open. So this is what the card, let me see if I can get it, will look like. Right, let me move this light back some because maybe that's the problem. Okay, how about that? You guys can see that? I got to touch it so that it don't go dark. I don't know if you guys can see it. So that is what it'll look like. It's going to be on a 5x7. It has the date of the protest. Hopefully the date don't get changed because then I'll feel like an ass out there putting the wrong date down. I will not reveal the date until the date is revealed by Mr. Dubowski, who is leading this next protest, you guys. But I hope you guys liked it. The top of it says, the setup of Robert Sylvester Kelly will be on top of the card. It also says lies, betrayal, extortion, unconstitutional violations. Then it has on there, join the march. It also has where and what time. And that's all I'm going to put on this card. I hope the date doesn't change because I'm getting out there planning on popping up for the pop-up on September 11th. I doubt if I'll have them to hand to you. So not saying that I'm coming. I'm not for sure. If I do come, then I will bring some. If I don't come, I will see you guys all on in October. But before then, I should have them in my home by then to mail them out to you guys if you choose to have one. With that being said, you guys, I'm going to go and enjoy my day. And you guys do as well. Go ahead. You know how we leave up out of here. Give the person above you a yellow star. Give the person below you a yellow star. A heart, you guys. Give yourself a yellow heart. And don't forget to share a yellow heart with me as well. I'm going to put mine in the chat room. Everybody have a beautiful, beautiful day. And I will see you guys soon. Don't forget, humble yourselves. Let's bring this back. Grown folks stuff. Leave all the shenanigans where they're supposed to be. We're not running a love boat. Well, I should say this is not a love boat because I don't think that I am being brought in as a we on this, and I have to be okay with that. I don't have a group. I don't have a clique, and I'm sorry. I just have a we thing over here on the One Papoose channel. That's all I have. And I'm going to continue to drop my videos out here, just like I see fit as a news person with my comedy, because I love to laugh. And with all of the bullshit that is going on, it is laughable. And that's just me. But when I come out there to do what I want to do and choose to do for Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly, you have a total different person. It's about business now. Get on up out of here. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful day. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Y'all rock. Peace.